What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys are doing well here. If you guys can't see from the title, obviously you guys were suggesting to get another, or for me to make another closing call breakdown analysis video. So here's going to be one of the clients that did move into the closing call, did transition, but they ended up not showing. So what we'll be doing here is we'll be analyzing why they didn't show up for the closing call. And obviously we'll still be going through the whole call itself in general, right? So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. And let's get pretty much started here, guys.
My apologies.
No, you're good. I know you've been busy. I know your secretary was in, so you've been pretty much managing everything yourself. So I get it.
Yeah, my secretary is still out. I talked to her yesterday, though. She is coming back. She fell and hurt herself, so
Okay.
she didn't too badly. So she'll be back pretty quickly. But yeah, I've got a lot going on. A spa party on Saturday, and today's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks. I really hope to get my my computer up so I can do this a little bit better, but we can still do this. So that's the important thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Works perfectly fine. So just to give you a rough idea, just to give you some clarity, right? Before we dive in, I know I mentioned on our call, and I think Riley has been following up with you as well.
Oh, yeah. I looked at all the videos.
Okay.
So I did watch all of them.
Okay, what did you get specifically out of those videos, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I think that it's a very efficient system, and I'm intrigued. I really think that I'd like to know more about it because it looks like it handles a lot, but I'm just not quite sure how.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's exactly what we're going to go over on this call, right? So before we dive in, I know we have about like 25 to 30 minutes together. So the goal of today's call is to it's to be a little bit more simple and obviously understand your operations a little bit more clearly, see if we're able to, if we're able to help you out on what you're looking to optimize. And obviously, if it does make sense, we can definitely move forward. And if not, then we can definitely end up on good terms at the end of this meeting, if that sounds fair enough.
That is a great goal.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So let me pull up my notes here where Riley wrote down. So you mentioned that you're currently not using any sort of like system right now, like you're handling all your processes right now in the spa all by yourself, like while your secretary's out. Is that correct?
Exactly. So it's really kind of impossible. So to do it efficiently and do it successfully, I'm dropping balls. And I'll just be honest and vulnerable with you. It's really I do my best, but one person can only do so much. So you have the systems of course, I utilize many different systems all at once. So I've got my booking app, I've got my different types of things that I go to, and like normal, I'm not using automated as much as, and I know that I'd like to and need to, although it's a learned kind of thing, and you have to outsource a lot. You can't do everything yourself. I realize that, and I've looked at other things like the AI bots that do it all, and it looks to me rather, how when you pick up the phone and you get something, you get a question you can't answer.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to put all those questions that somebody's going to ask on the table and have them be automated because people ask different questions, especially in the spa.
Okay, so just to give you guys some context here, this lead, you can already kind of tell she rambles a lot, right? So you want to keep in the back of your mind that like, hey, these discovery calls shouldn't last more than like 20 minutes. And if it's going over 20 minutes, then you want to make sure that you cut down the conversations if she's just rambling on about like stuff that doesn't really make sense or matter to the conversation, if that makes sense.
And so there's combinations of things, and I feel like personally talking with the person I can get more information. However, if I drop them and they're I don't the call doesn't get returned, or they get frustrated for trying to get in touch with me and don't, I've left money on the table. So I get that there's always improvement necessary, and I'm resilient. I love tech. It's not that I don't. It's one of those things that it's a learning curve. Everybody needs to utilize in a business as much as they can to get things off their plate, because humans, it's a great thing to get in touch with another human. People want that, but they also want to touch base. Bottom line is you get in touch with someone and you get some kind of response. And sometimes that doesn't happen. Every once in a while, I'm going to lose money because I'm not really calling them back. I'm not, social media is like, you can glean more from that than I am. I know that I'm not utilizing that well. I have all the platforms, but my secretary is 70. She's really not going, she's honest. And I've had some cyber attack for a solid year with a secretary that was not honest. And I had, so trust is of the utmost importance to me. Yeah. So I chose her because.
So boom, there's already two problems that she essentially picked up on, or I picked up on. And if you guys were paying attention, it was that she wasn't really making the effort to get back to clients. And her secretary, obviously she also mentioned there's a trust issue as well. So if she has trust issues, obviously she's gonna not, it's not like she only does not trust like secretaries, but she's not gonna trust other people as well, right? So that's something that you want to keep in the back of your mind when a client says they have trust issues. It's kind of a red flag, but you can get around that for sure.
I could, and I'm looking for other ways to automate to help her. So I said to her yesterday, I'm working on some things that will help you so that you will not have to do every single thing in every email and every contact and things like that. So I realize that there are lots of opportunities, and I'm interested because I really don't want
And
just.
sorry to cut you off right there. So I'm pretty curious. So I know your secretary is out right now, right? So I assume you know what she's doing on top of what you've been doing as well, right? So I'm curious.
And I'm hiring new staff at the same time and interviewing. So I could not get to everybody I needed to on that day as well, because the interview is a long process. And it was the second interview, and I really wanted to. I'm looking for someone so that I can be outside and market more, because I have a lot of relationships with. I advertise, and being a premier spa, it's a boutique spa, but it is one that people see through my reviews. If you looked up Athena Spa by the Sea, the reviews are immaculate. I have a great relationship personally, but the tech end is lacking.
Systems.
So systems are very important, but the personal touch is there. The actual services are there. So I am really leaning a little too heavily on that personal contact and direct contact, because that's not always possible. It's just slow, and it's good, but.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, right, these systems that we implement, most people think, and like, I'm not going to hold you accountable here, but most people think it's going to completely replace your employees and your staff. It's not going to do that, right? What it's going to do is it's going to help them out, right? It's going to make their life so much easier. It's going to obviously make your life so much easier, your life as well, but I mean, it's going to completely replace your staff. Because obviously we want the personal touch there. You know, we don't want people to essentially just talk to an AI and book on it. We want that. But if they have like specific questions, if they have specific FAQs that they need to get answered, if they have specific requests, we're obviously going to get them connected to your staff, right? So it's more of a personal relationship touch. So that's essentially what these systems are implemented for. So I'm just pretty curious, is your Google and Yelp reviews the only way your clients reach out to you, or do you work with like any referrals?
There's several ways. I mean, I have the Google reviews, but also, people on my website can actually book with no contact. So that happens quite often. So they don't have to talk to me if they just want to book an appointment, and a smooth transaction can happen. But my website is also under development, and it's got some glitches because of some mistakes that have been made. My appointments are half-an-hour increments on my website. And they're not half-an-hour increments. So sometimes they'll overbook, sometimes they will conflict. So there is a lot to work out. So that's what I was telling you or telling Riley, that my website itself is under construction, and I'm trying products that I have a new product line.
Okay, so everything that she's saying so far is very, very important. So it's good to not, cut her off essentially.
That I'm trying to get on there, and she's implemented something that's conflicting with my booking site. So there are some problems, and I'm working that out. If I get somebody else to finish it, I will. Okay. But so there's several ways to book and contact me, but personally it has to be manned. So I don't have any other than the leaving a message or contacting me via email. Those things. And eventually, I will, of course, get them and reach out. But sometimes if you're not quick enough, expediency is the essence of this business. People believe that there's instant gratification, and if they don't get it, you lose them. So if you lose them in booking on the frustrating end, if they find it difficult, some people are tenacious. They will keep trying and they will keep calling. But some people are not. So I am losing business on the expediency end. So I definitely know that I need more help in this, and garnering all of the people that are trying to get in touch with me, because there are quite a few more than I'm getting to.
Yeah, and I know there's like the marketing aspect of the business. There's the hiring processes as well that you need to be taking care of, the client successes. So like, I'm pretty curious, like, where does the majority of your time, like with your secretary in place, go to? Like, is it the client services, marketing?
Yes, it's this. I'm typically in service, and if I'm not, then I'm working on getting in touch with people and reminding her what's needed, because prioritizing is important. She doesn't know exactly who I need to contact first. She may not know. All things are not equal across the board. I've got some special clients. I've got people that not that everybody isn't important, but you want to get in touch with the people that really want to add to your ROI. You want that the person that's wanting the subscription to the products. I've got to get some product out today. So it's dealing with services themselves, because when I first started, I was a lot just a one-man show, and really that's about it's normal. But as you grow, you realize you need help, so I needed human help. And really, I've been in the business since 2008, but worked at corporate spas, and I realized that I was leaving money on the table. So I went into my own mobile business after 10 years in the business, and then I came to St. Simon's, and I've been here 10 years, and I've hit the ground running when I got here. I knew no one. I developed a business within months, and I really, truthfully, am proud of what I've built in my business, in my spa. As one person, I am a dynamo, and I realize that I'm grown to the point that there's no way that I can grow without something like your service, because there's too much to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know you mentioned that you've been looking into these like systems and trying to implement these processes, right? I mean, what's been like kind of stopping you from just implementing these processes? Like, is it
because they don't look? It's that free idea that not going to be personal.
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time for me? Couldn't hear you right there.
I said it's the preconceived idea that they're not going to be personal, that they're going to be just answering the phone with this.
Okay, so this is another thing to also look out for. So she said she mentioned that these are the services that she needs for her to scale her business more efficiently, right? And at the same time, there's a lack of trust. So now she's thinking to herself, hey, if I do implement these systems like in place, like how, like I feel like it's going to be, just like one-sided, it's not going to be like personalized. And yes, obviously AI and humans aren't, the same level yet. So you have to just kind of like, and this is where product knowledge and service knowledge comes into place. So this is where you have to essentially convince her and let her know that, hey, yes, it's not the same as a real human being, and it's probably not going to be the same as, the same personalizations. But think of like all the time you're able to save, not having to handle all the same questions, FAQs, XYZs, and, just kind of like upselling her into thinking like, hey, this is what you really need. Even though there's lack of things that it can't do, don't mention that. Tell her the positive things only, just the positive things. Because here's the thing, right? I mean, if you go into a car dealership and you're going to buy a car, obviously the salesman's going to tell you about like all the nice features about the car and just, such as that nature, right? They're not going to be like, oh yeah, this car, it's new, blah, 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 but it has a little scratch right here. It has a little scratch on the, on the back rear end. Like they're not going to tell you about all that, right? And they're probably not going to tell you at all. So it's the same thing.
With an AI voice, or there's several that have more than one service attached. But I'm so busy, it's hard to delve into the details. And she's not capable. She's 70. And I'm not going to say that all 70-year-olds aren't not AI savvy, but I mean, she's not. And I'm really, I'm struggling because of that primarily. And I don't want to get rid of her because she's not, she's less than aggressive. So I need systems in place that makes it easier for her and myself. So I don't have to be called out of service because she doesn't know how to do something on the computer. So, it's at that level. And I have someone that is coming on board with me that knows, that is in business herself, but she's given her business up and it's not working by herself. So she is thinking about coming on board with me and combining efforts. Not that it's the same as a partnership because I put too much money into this. And with the cyber attack, I've had to redo a lot of things and dance as fast as I could. Yeah. In 2024, it was the whole year I was cyber attacked. Oh, wow. And that was a challenge that most people wouldn't even get through, much less be successful during and afterward. It caused so much angst and problems with it went into my personal life. So it was a secretary that was sabotaging my whole business and rerouting my emails. So not to get into a long story, but it was a process of healing personally and business-wise from this. I lost $50,000 in 2024, $105,000 the year before, and I got to, in 2025, I filed $50,000. So it was horrendous and caused me, it was the biggest challenge I've ever had with business. Okay. And it's, so that has held me back. And
boom, now you have major pain points now. So use this to like your advantage. Like, hey, don't say like, oh, I'm sorry about like that loss, but just keep this in the back of your mind. Like, hey, this could be leading on to an objection, which is trust along with financial, which is a huge red flag. So yeah.
So, you can't trust easily after that. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things.
Do you feel like that was also part of the reason why you were kind of hesitant to actually implementing systems in your business, which has led you up to this point?
Subconsciously, I think so, because I don't know who to trust. I don't know what's going to work because of, I'm 64 today. And in our generation, and
I think she got cut off here, so.
Okay, can you still hear me?
I can hear you now. Not sure what happened. I think your internet got cut off.
I don't think it was a call. It was my fiance trying to tell me happy birthday. But anyway, now he's texting me happy birthday. I didn't.
Okay, so this is like, I'm probably just gonna skip a little bit up here because I think I remember she went on like a rant about like her birthday or something, which is literally whatsoever not pertaining to this conversation.
It is a combination because I have implemented many different services, and I've paid a lot of money for them, and my advertising budget is tapped. I know that I need, you have to spend money to make money, so it's not a fear of mine. I don't have that fear of,
Yeah.
That's not a fear of mine.
And here's the thing with that, right? I mean, it doesn't seem like it's more so like a client issue or a patient issue right now. It's just more so like managing your time with a little bit more efficiency, right?
Exactly.
If have your time a little bit more efficient, then you can transition your focus into getting more clients, right? Because you don't want like
Yes, I'm stuck at the shop and I'm doing the services and I'm working on getting that to do to my special clients, because frankly, I'm looking at the next 5 years. What does it look like transitioning into just dealing with marketing and dealing with people outside, because Jekyll is an untapped market. I've got, I deal with the Weston there, preferred provider at the King and Prince on the island, preferred provider for the Doubletree Hilton. So I need to farm these. I need to be there and talking to the managers there, talking to new places, because my growth is stunted. I just got Frederica Golf Club, which is a high-end golf club on the island. And I'm not able to really touch base with them. I'm so busy that I can't even maintain relationships with these people that I really want.
Okay.
So that's my goal is to.
Okay. So you mentioned that in the next 5 years, like what's your main goal here then? Like I know you mentioned that you were trying to get something, right?
In the next 5 years, I would like it to look like I am having others man the spa, and I'm hiring, and I'm trying to find, I've gone through 3 people lately that were not a good fit for various reasons, and I need to work on that as well. So my goal is to be active in management and let the spa run itself with the right spa coordinator, the right person. I think I found her. I'm really hoping that works out. I look crazy. My hair, I didn't even really mess with it today. So really, what I want to do is step away. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to, get out of the spa. Can I have a life now? I'm ready to transition into actually having a life and not having my business be my life. For the last 10 years, that's what it's been.
Okay, gotcha. So let's do this. I'm going to kind of go onto a tangent now. I'll show you my screen just to give you like some clarity and exactly explain you exactly what is up.
Okay, don't say I'm going to go into a tangent. Just be like, okay, I'm going to show you my screen here. Don't say I'm going to go into a tangent. Like, that's kind of a mistake that I got to fix. Don't try to add on to like your words, essentially, right? Instead of saying like, hey, my name is David, how can I help you? Just be like, hey, David, how can I assist you? Or I guess you guys get the idea, right?
So let me know if you're able to see my screen here, Susan.
I am, yes.
Okay, perfect. So just based on this conversation alone, right, I really genuinely feel like, well, obviously we have different offers, right? So I'm more than happy to show you exactly all the offers that we have to pertain. But this is just an example of what exactly our core offers consist of, right? So it seems like you don't really have an automated system at all within your business, which is totally okay, which we can obviously help you fix, right? But this is exactly how it's going to work, right? So this is a complete CRM build-out, and this is on top of automating your SMS and email system, right? So let's say someone books on the calendar with you, instead of you or your secretary always having to follow up with them, sending out them reminders, saying like, in like an hour, just like how Riley's sending you out those.
Yeah, well, actually, I do have a booking app that reminds them of the appointment. That's the extent of my automation. I do have that the email and text reminder of that appointment and confirming them, so that that's it, and that's not enough.
I see. Okay, gotcha. So that's essentially, obviously we can help you do that, but since you already have something like that, that's something that's going to be very necessary. But just to kind of explain to you what this offer consists of, right? So it's a CRM build out. Not only are you getting like a whole,
and this is where like I just kind of go on like a visual representation of like showing her like what we do.
Separate custom system for Athena Med Spa, but you're also essentially getting a whole entire like system on the back end. So now you're able to track your dashboard. You can essentially have your own custom software. So now you're able to see exactly what's going on within the business, where the most revenue is kind of leaking from, how to fix that, and even if you don't know what to do in that, I mean, you essentially have your own custom CRM. So let me show you exactly how this works, right? So this is like a dashboard for like one of our other clients, but now you can see like there's all these automations right here. You can essentially see the dashboard. Like this is just an example, right? So you can see the opportunities, you can see how many people have booked on, right? You can see so now that you're able to actually, instead of, I'm not sure exactly how you track everything, but instead of, I know most clients that we've worked with in the past have used like Google Excel spreadsheets to track everything, but
yes, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, but yeah, I mean,
I know that's old school. I know it is.
It still works. It still works, but I mean, having your own dashboard is much more efficient than tracking things on a Google spreadsheet nowadays, right? So you'll essentially get everything optimized within that system. So that's the custom software, right? And on top of that, these automated appointment management systems, how this typically works is yes, we can essentially help you create those automations when someone books on the calendar with you. After that automation doesn't stop right there. So what we've seen for the most ROI for our other clients is that whenever someone books on an appointment, you finish the service and most people just let it go, right? They hope for the best. They hope that those clients rebook on with them. But let's say down the line, in the next 2 to 3 months, you don't hear back from them.
Exactly. That is exactly where I lose them, because I have so many clients that I say, well, I'm interested in this and I'm interested in that. And then I'm going to be out of the country for a month. Hit me back in a month.
Yeah.
And if I was like, why? I've asked her, why? This is on the table. This is in your face. Why have you not contacted these people? This is money on the table. We have lost. You
Exactly.
have let that fish off the hook.
Exactly. And most people just try to essentially get in new clients every single time when they already have like historical data of pre-existing clients that they can contact back. But
Exactly.
here's the thing. Most people are too lazy to contact them back, right? They forget who to contact. So that's why we essentially create automations for you to be able to track those leads. So let's say in the next 2 months, you don't hear back from Jessica or you don't hear back from Riley. That's when an automated message system or an automated email, SMS campaign, or even an AI voice agent can call them, reach out to them saying like, hey, Jessica, this is Athena Med Spa. Just wanted to let you know that we haven't heard back from you in 2 months or 3 months or whatever. You just put this out in 1 month, right? However long your time frame is. And they'll be like, oh shoot, I actually remember, and then they'll come back to you because most people forget, right? That's the biggest thing. It's not like they didn't like the service. It's just because they forgot.
Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and that's exactly the automations we can create for you, right? Obviously, there's much more in effect, but this is just essentially offer one, right? This is most of our clients, and most of our clients actually implement this system. So that's essentially how it works, right? So I wanted to kind of give you some clarity on offer two, on what this one consistently pertains to, is that it's marketing, right? So obviously. This doesn't really correlate to you. I don't really believe so right now, just because you're getting clients coming in, but it's just a matter of time efficiency. I'm just kind of briefly explain to you so you get a little bit more understanding of what this is. That way down the line, maybe if you are looking to expand and scale quicker, then maybe this could pertain to you. But we'll essentially help you run the advertisements for you, right? So we'll help you send the scripts, we'll film the ads. If you don't want to put your face in it, totally fine. We've also seen that our clients have been creating AI human-looking actors to create ads, and it's been converting really well. Their ROI, their return on ad spend has been really high as well. But obviously, we'll make sure that we edit and send the ads for your approval, so that's when we can launch it, right? And once the ads are launched, then that's when the leads are flowing. But everything that we do here is not just one step, right? We essentially do everything from step 1 all the way up to step 10. So what we do here after the leads are collected from like the specific form, or like once they go onto your website and fill out that intake form, we essentially have an automated like populator, right? So what we'll do is we'll pre-qualify the leads for you, answer all their questions, make sure that we get their general intake form as well, and we'll pretty much convert the qualified clients into the unqualified clients, right? Because we don't want you to spend time on unqualified clients, if that makes sense, right? So that's simply how it works. Hello, Susan, can you hear me?
I think she got disconnected as well here, so I'll kind of skip.
Here to overwhelm you with all these options, right? I'm just giving you like a little clarity, some understanding of how everything works.
It's an overview.
Yeah, an overview, right? And obviously, even if we do start off with offer one and implementing that offer, that's when you can implement other offers. So it's kind of like stacking on each other. It's not just like one service. It's like let's say you have these automations in place, then we can have an AI voice agent come inside your business. We can handle like FAQ and stuff like that, right? So,
after hours person. I got you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And exactly. And
so what is
yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. What is the cost of walking in on the base level?
So everything that we do here is not a monthly fee. The only monthly fee that you essentially be paying are just two. So the first one is obviously advertisement budgets. You'll be just spending ad spend. So that's the monthly fee. But you're not paying us directly. You'll be paying yourself and your business directly. So you'll be funding the business. The second one is actually having if you do implement an AI voice agent to handle after hours, to handle customer support questions. That's when and I think it's only like 17 cents per minute. So that's the only other thing that you'll be essentially funding your business into. So for us to create all these implementations, to set these implementations up, it's a one-time investment. It really just ranges anywhere. So that's why this is more like a discovery call to see if we can help you out. And it seems like we are too. So just to answer your question simply and briefly, for us, it's one-time implementation fees. But if you're looking at, implement meta ads, run Facebook advertisements, or have an AI voice agent set up, then that's the only monthly fees you're funding for your business. So if that makes sense. Yeah. And this is exactly, honestly, what we do here as well. So this is the website optimization plus the AI customer support system, right?
So once you set it up, there's not a monthly fee.
No, it's free. Yeah, the whole system.
So what?
Yeah, once it's set up, it's for yours to keep. There's no monthly fee, like other than the AI voice agent and the Facebook advertisements I mentioned. And you'll still be getting support with us. It's not like once the system is completed, it's not like we're pretty much done. We're still going to be talking with you because, like I said, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you want, like, once these systems are set up, it's going to be there. But as you grow and scale,
so tell me what that is. Tell me what that is, because I've got some clients calling, and I've got to get back to her. She just booked, and she had a question. So obviously, she had a question, but she booked anyway. So she booked online, and but I'm excited to start with you. But I would like to know what I'm looking at, because I've got to move some money around. So tell me what I'm looking at to pay you to start.
Yeah. So I mean, typically from here on out, right? Since I give you like overview exactly.
So I guess like when she mentioned that, she has money to move around, but at the same time, like earlier in the call, she mentioned that she went through like a phase of like where she lost a lot of money. I wouldn't necessarily go into pricing like straight away, but just tell her like all the features first, then go into pricing, which I think I did here.
What is that we do? What we typically do is it takes us about a day to create like a full diagnostic, to create like a whole presentation.
Right.
So what we like to do, or me and my developers, typically I like to talk to my developers to pretty much get everything up and running. Just give like a full on presentation. So from here on out,
you got to take a look at things first to see what's
exactly. Yeah, we don't like to be. We're not here to just do quick.
I'm not. I'm not aware of what the process is, and I know I'm rushing you. And I'm so sorry. It just makes me anxious to have a client that had a question, I didn't answer her.
Yeah.
So I want to call her back quickly. However, this is very important, and I don't want to crowd the conversation with, okay, bottom line, I'm so sorry. I know that that's rude. It is one of those things that, of course, I make decisions quickly because I can feel that it works. It's going to work. I like it. And in business, if you can miss opportunities or you can delay them and forget about them. And I don't do that. I am not one of those people. If I do feel that it's a good fit, I make a move. I don't, and the only reason that I said that, what is the bottom line, is because of the money transfer. So you take a look, and you're going to see lots to do. So I'm almost intimidated by the, it's like, okay, I'm a little nervous about what that's going to be, but
So
I'm
let's do
hanging
this.
in
Yeah.
with you.
Like typically what we do here on this situation, like I mentioned, is I like to talk to my developers, right? So we'll definitely create that presentation. But give us a day while we create that presentation, and what we can do is we can schedule for a follow-up. So on that follow-up, we'll go through the pricing, we'll go through the presentation, and if you have any questions, we're happy to answer any last
Fantastic.
questions. So I know you're busy for the rest of the day. I know you mentioned that earlier in the call, but I do have availability for tomorrow morning, like same time around, if that works best for you.
Let's see what's right. I have to hold on just a second. I don't want to lose you on the call, so I'm going to take a look at my backup. It's my pen and paper. I have the things I put online and all the, but my backup, in case everything goes down, is a physical book.
No, you're good. Take your time.
Because internet fails you, and tech is great until it's not.
Yeah, no, I get you. We've all had our own fair shares of that experience. Even my.
So it's the backup that really, when I can physically see something, and I have to tell you something, honestly, I have ADD, but I'm a dynamo. I can super focus. That's the reason that I can do what I do and be as tenacious and get through that year of cyber attack, because I handed the police officers the whole portfolio of what this person was doing to me myself. I was the detective. So after hours, I was doing this. But with ADD, it is something that it's a myth that you can't focus. It's more of a, you have got to implement the things that you need to help you. And this is perfect for me, as well as my attention to detail is primarily, it's just spot on. And the variety that I have is a perfect job for me. But the hyper focus that I have is what's made me successful. So I'm not going to fault. It's not always a superpower. But when you have a neural divergence, and you have to admit that you get distracted easily, and you can, and on the notifications, I just have to turn them off.
Yeah.
So I have to be honest with you and let you know that is also what I'm dealing with. So tomorrow morning is a spa party, so that's out. I've got the whole day's booked. But Monday is open, or Tuesday's open.
Okay.
In the morning.
Sunday doesn't work for you, or do you typically take Sundays off?
Well, Sunday I'm going to be probably out of town because my sweetie has planned something for my birthday on Saturday night. I said, please don't do this on Friday. It's a school night. I cannot go for a birthday bash. So he's doing that tomorrow night. So Sunday, I might be a little not quite so with it. So Sunday is a month, but I really feel Monday is better.
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, Monday works perfectly. Did you want to shoot for the same time Monday, or did you have a specific time in mind?
Well, let's go for 11, so I can get in the shop, set the computer up, because I open at 10, and that's what my brain is set to. It's 10 o'clock. You wouldn't know it because, but I'm on overload right now because I'm doing everything. And that still overwhelms even the most proficient people. So I think we've gone over a lot, and I like what I'm hearing, and I know that I need it, and I'm very interested in the presentation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So Monday, you mentioned 11 a.m. works for you, right? ET? Sorry, Susan, I don't think I can hear you anymore. Susan, can you hear me? I think your phone got on mute. I don't think I can hear you though. Can you hear me though? Susan, I'm
gonna probably just skip a little.
How you have preconceived ideas. My idea was this is perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Well, I think what I'll do is I
have no idea how well. I have no idea.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll actually have Riley send over a similar case study. Her name's Evie, so she runs her own Halo Skin Aesthetics spa clinic as well. So I'm not sure if Riley sent that over, but I'll have her send it right over after this call, and feel free to look at it, and then I'll speak to you on Monday at 11.
Fantastic. I'm excited.
Okay,
you take care, David, and I think this is. I'm more excited than you know, because I think with my partner, with my new person that's going to help me with this as I step away, because she's run her own business and she's giving hers up. So I was like, I have my own right here, and I can teach her, because she's been only doing the business. Yeah, she's been in the business only 4 or 5 years. So she said, I can learn from you. And I said, well, believe me, I can learn from you as well, because she's more proficient in the labeling of my product. She's gotten some things. So I am stoked. Really, I am. So you do your thing and work your magic, and I can't wait to see it.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'll see you on Monday at 11 then. Take care, Susan.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, so that's the end of the call, guys. I believe there wasn't really a sense of urgency that I've gotten or I've tried to get from her. So I think that's the reason why she ended up not coming into the closing call. Everything else was fine, but I believe, obviously, like her not showing to the closing call, it's not under your control, but you can definitely make the effort to increase the chances of her showing to the closing call, right? Which she didn't. So hopefully you guys can essentially learn from this. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.